Welcome to Courtside, presented by Tower Hill Insurance. I'm Sean Kelly. This week we're visiting with assistant coach Dave Klatsky, who I guess by title or description is the defensive coordinator for the Florida Gators. I may be making that more simple than I need to be. But hi, David. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And is the description on point?
Sure. Yeah, that assistant coach / defensive coordinator, that works.
This is your first year, obviously, in Todd Golden's program at Florida. Many of our fans have yet to get to know you in depth. Perhaps you should share a little bit of your background. What was your road here to Gainesville, Florida?
Yeah, so I'm coming from New York University, where I was the head coach for 3 years. Had some good years there. We made the national championship game, lost, unfortunately, on a crazy, I don't want to say crazy, but a shot with about 10 seconds left to lose. Before that, I was up in upstate New York at Colgate University for 11 years. And then before that, I was at a small Division III school called Stevens Tech in Hoboken, New Jersey.
What's the transition from being a head coach back to being an assistant on a staff like?
It's different. It's different. It's great here. The staff's welcomed me with open arms. I knew these guys pretty well coming in. But when you're the head coach, you make all the final decisions. And now I'm part of the decision-making process, but obviously Coach Golden is the final say on everything, and he's done a great job with it. And I'm happy to be here and give my input as much as I can.
A coach's foundation can come from a variety of different places, whether it's geographic or the type of institution or the type of people that you worked for. When you look at your foundation, David, what are the key pieces there that have allowed you to find a comfort zone with regard to SEC basketball?
I'd have to start with my college coach, Fran Dunphy, who's just a legend. He's retired now, but he's been in the game and around the game for so many years, and I learned so much from him as a player, and then he's been a mentor for me throughout my career. So I'd have to start with him. Matt Langle at Colgate has also been a huge influence on my coaching style and just how I approach the game. So those two guys in particular are probably the biggest influences in helping me grow as a coach, and then just reading as much as I can, learning from other great coaches and hearing what they have to say and being current with the trends. The game has changed a lot since I was a player, since I coached 15 years ago, since I coached 5 years ago. So just trying to stay with the trends and be as current as I can, helping these guys be the best defensive team they can be.
Those are influences and experiences, obviously. With regard to your personal life, what is it about your personal life that you'd love for us to know, and how it also influences the way that you go about your work?
I mean, number one, I'm all about family. I got a wife and 3 kids, and I try and approach every day, every moment, thinking about them and what they would think and how I can represent my family. And I think that helps in coaching, right? How you treat your kids, how you treat your wife, how you treat your family. The players they see everything. So just being a good role model for them, I think they can see a lot of maybe how they want to act when they get my age, or even now, and how they approach relationships and just things of that nature.
Well, as David mentioned earlier, defense is the thing, right? And Coach, if I'm watching a David Klatsky defense, what are the hallmarks that fans should be noting?
Well, you're going to see a physical and aggressive team. I think that's been something that we've been really good at so far. And obviously the players we have here have the tools to do that, and they've really bought in and taken that approach recently to a new level. And I think this team has the capabilities of being one of the best defensive teams. We are one of the best defensive teams, but staying at that level in the country.
Coach, are the Gators playing to your system, or is your system adjusted to the personnel that's on this roster?
Well, it's the Florida Gators system. It's Todd Golden as the architect of all this. Obviously, winning the national championship last year, I wasn't going to come in and be like, all right, we got to change everything. You know, they had a nice model with good players. So a lot of the stuff I did at NYU and at Colgate is very similar to what we do here. But I've taken their model and added a little bit of flavor of my own and tried to just help as much as I can in that regard.
Coach, are there analytics, are there numbers, qualifiers to help me understand how good the Gators defense has been here, just even in these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, we're obviously a big analytical coaching staff. I'm a big analytics guy. I was just looking at it this morning, and we are currently holding SEC teams to under a point per possession, which is awesome. The closest team to that, I can't remember exactly who was second, but is around 1.09. So we're about 10% better on defense than the next best SEC team in the SEC alone. So that's been really impressive, and we got to keep that up if we want to keep doing what we've been doing.
That's an incredible stat. Speaking of incredible, Ruben Chinyelu, for obvious reasons, is now in a lot of conversations regarding not just Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC, but maybe in the country too. Why is he the defender that he's become?
His energy and intensity on every single play is unmatched, and he's able to, with his tools, affect the ball. He's able to affect plays at the rim. He's able to switch on to smaller guards. He can guard his own position. So yeah, he's the anchor of our D, and I call him the bailout guy. If anybody else makes a mistake, he knows he's got to bail us out. But it's not just him, and we have a lot of guys, especially the returners, Tommy, Alex, and Micah, who are also phenomenal defensive players. So we've been real happy with them.
I would imagine that it's a joy for you right now, obviously. When it comes to working with an individual player, where's the joy in perhaps a defensive conversation with a guy like Boogie Fland?
Oh, it's great. And one of the things in coming in here in year one that I didn't know, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but I had a brother-in-law on staff last year in Kevin Hovde. So I had a little bit of the ins and outs, but I've just been so impressed with the way these guys accept coaching. And Boogie's right there. You know, he wants to be the best player he can be. So his growth over the year on defense has been tremendous. So watching him learn, and he's got tools himself that he's one of the better on-ball defenders we've seen in a while. So he's just got to keep at that and not foul. And he's done a way better job of that lately. But sky's the limit for him. He's been very accepting of coaching, and we've been very happy with that.
Very good insight. Great job so far. And I'm glad that you were able to spend a little time with us to allow our fans to get to know you better, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Sean. This is great. Happy to be here, and let's go Gators.
Assistant Coach David Klatsky here on Courtside, presented by Tower Hill Insurance.